Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president and founder of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a lender, a non-delegated correspondent lender that operates a little bit differently. So thank you guys all for joining us today so we can talk a little bit more about what makes us different and special. A little bit later, I will have our COO, Kyle Hershey, come on and explain a little bit more about what it looks like behind the scenes, show you guys a little bit more about the leads and the buttons to click and all the software we've built. And then Jose will take over. Jose Gonzalez, our sales manager, will take over and explain a little bit more of what his 27 years of experience brings to the table and kind of more of a traditional approach. So let me get started with explaining by showing our page here. So most of you guys have probably joined from this page. So hopefully you checked it out, but let me just explain a little bit more about what we mean exactly here. So since we are a non-delegated correspondent, that means that we have a kind of unique channel that we can do. So we've built this team at FDIC Bank as a brokered branch and as a non-del and del branch. And we find that the non-delegated correspondent is great because we can kind of wear both hats. So what that means is we have access to 60 plus wholesale lenders where we can just broker a deal if needed. And we have access to 25 plus correspondent investors where we are the lender, and we have a lot of flexibility that entails. So what that really means is for us, it means the flexibility we need because we are all about leads. So you see the next bullet point here is we give unlimited daily leads at a 50-50 split. So Kyle will show you guys exactly what kind of leads that means, but we're all about leads here. So myself and Kyle come from a marketing background. I've spent millions of dollars on all the different ad platforms generating leads for all kinds of companies. And that's really what we're all about, is building a lead generating system. So we have to have a home for every loan. Every one of those leads that comes in, we need to have an outlet for it, whether that is a brokered outlet or an outlet we can do with us as a lender that affords us the flexibility. We need to make sure we have a home for that loan because we're doing leads at scale. So how do we do leads at scale? We do it with our own software. So we have our own proprietary mortgage CRM with a dialer. Obviously, it's free for everybody. It's included. It's what we've built everything on. So the CRM part with the dialer, pretty much standard. Everybody knows how to use a CRM. They all pretty much work the same. Kyle will show you ours. Nothing really fancy there. But where you start to get super cool and integrated is where we can build that in with a website like you guys are seeing now, along with the 1003 application process, basically. So a customer can come to us as clicking on the website, just checking some stuff out, putting their name, email, and phone number, interested in a program. We can send them a quote within 5 minutes, pull their credit, get their full 1003, get their VOE, VOI, pop it into Encompass, all automatically, all without them ever leaving the same page on the browser or you having to log in anywhere else. So everything's fully integrated, start to finish, to get that full application. And how that all happens is the CRM is integrated here with our POS, our LOS, all through APIs. So we have over 30 APIs that we built out. What that means is we still use the same systems you guys are used to, Optimal Blue for pricing, but it all works through our system. We use CIC and Meridian Link for credit, but it all works through our system. So all the different pieces you guys are used to of the standard things that come together are all in one portal and all come together automatically through the integration and the programming that we've built from the ground up. So that's really what makes us different and special, is we built the software for us, by us, and exactly for what we need in order to make this process seamless. No matter what one of our 80 or 100 lenders or investors we use, we can make the process seamless for our customer, and at the end of the day, close all of those leads that we're getting. So another thing that we found lacking in all the different business models, especially obviously from the banking world through the broker world to the delegated lender world, trainings, right? So we have daily live trainings like you guys are on now, group trainings. But we also are very passionate about one-on-one. So being remote based, we want to make sure we can get you guys unstuck and help you. What that means is one-on-one on Zoom, where we can actually take over your screen and get you unstuck, right? Click the button for you or help you point you in the right direction. So we do one-on-one team leader support, whether that's with even myself or Jose or any of your branch managers. Whoever is working with you on that loan can help you get unstuck wherever you are. So along with that is our live support. So our live support is Zoom support. So again, they can take over your screen or show you exactly what button to click if you're stuck on something simple onto you, or what button do I click for this, etc. We also have our online training center, more like a class-based curriculum. You guys can go through at your own pace in order to go through those kind of gated learning pathways. We also have our open-ended knowledge center with thousands of videos and resources, matrices, guidelines, all that kind of great stuff from our partners and from us, right? So we post videos every day and articles every day, but we also have access to all our partners. So with all these hundreds of lenders, we want to make sure we have a place to put all of the information, tips, tricks, again, guidelines, all that kind of good stuff. And of course, videos for how to use their portals, all that kind of good stuff on our knowledge center. And in a minute, Kyle's going to show you guys exactly what we mean here, where if, you want to set up your own leads, we have that built into the system. So we're all about leads. So not only do we want to give you our leads, but we want to make sure you can route your own leads into the system that you're already purchasing, maybe from other sources. Or if you've never purchased leads or you're brand new, we want to make sure we get you set up with your own lead generation campaign in order to utilize the software, the CRM, and the system that we have built here. One of the last things here that I love is we are very passionate and advertise a lot for our business purpose DSCR programs. So we can do those since those are business purpose loans. Those are commercial loans technically. We can do those in over 30 states without worrying about where we're necessarily an MLS license. So allows us to expand our footprint, and we love servicing our investors, being able to do their primary home where we're licensed, but also service them for their investment properties in obviously many times multiple states when someone has 10, 20, 30 investment properties. So that's one that I really love to do when I work with my clients that are investors as well, be able to expand our footprint. And the final thing that we always talk about, since we've built everything you're about to see from the ground up, every line of code that you're about to see, there are no monthly fees. We've built in everything, no monthly fees, no hidden fees, no tech fees, no desk fees, no payroll fees, no hidden fees. What you see is what you get. So it might be a little bit different than what you're used to. So just make sure you're comparing apples to apples there, and just know that we've built this software to be streamlined for us by us and not have to pass on any fees for you guys. So the next part here is obviously what everybody wants to know. What are our comp plans? Hopefully I can explain how these are a little bit different than what you might be used to, because these work for us in our model, which again is based on leads and based on our CRM system. So a little bit different than what you might be used to. So hopefully this makes sense. Obviously, everybody's eyes are drawn to the senior loan officer plan. The goal is to get everybody there. That's what we're here for. So once you get rocking and rolling, 200 basis points is our base commission on what we're used to. So that's 200 basis points on conventional, non-QM. That's 2% for those of you not familiar with basis points. That's a very high commission. And if you take a company lead, that would be on a 50-50 split. So if you're a senior loan officer and you take a company lead, you would make 100 basis points or 1% commission, which is still amazing comp. And you get to get your leads for you unlimited. So access to the software we're about to show you guys, unlimited leads at a 50-50 split. Also, the key part here is once you're a senior loan officer, you're going to receive leads from our loan officer assistants, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Also, our team leader opportunities. Once you become a senior, you can then go up from there and start, helping people disclose and doing their files as well. So you can grow up from there. And also we have recruiting bonuses if you want to spread the word. Now, how do you get to be a senior loan officer? Everybody's going to start as a loan officer because we are a very different business model here. We have to be careful that you learn the system. It's very different. It's unique. Nobody else has it. So we want to make sure you learn the system. So everybody's going to join as a loan officer, whether it's your first loan or you've done 100 loans, 1,000 loans. We still want to make sure you work with our system and get used to it. So you're going to make 150 basis points on your first few loans. Once you close 6 loans here in the fine print, you'll get upgraded to a senior. So we just want to make sure you practice our systems, you get used to it. Sometimes you'll do a broker deal. Sometimes you might do a correspondent deal. So we want to make sure you practice a little bit of both before you go ahead and upgrade to a senior loan officer and can start disclosing your own files and rocking and rolling. So 150 basis points on conventional non-QM, stuff we're all used to. That's 1.5% commission. Again, you'll have access to the leads. So 50-50 split. If you take a company lead, will be 75 basis points or 0.75% commission. So that's a great opportunity to get your first few loans under your belt. And you still have access to all the software and stuff we're about to show you. Still have access to all the leads Kyle's about to show you. And still have access to those 50-50 splits on the leads. Now, also the recruiting bonuses is obviously the last bullet point. Now, the last plan here, loan officer assistant, we call it that because this is still for licensed loan officers, so it might not be the name that you think it is. And it's a great opportunity because to make basis points, you must be licensed. So this still means licensed, but you're going to assist a senior while you're learning. So you're still going to make great commission, 75 basis points, and you're going to make that 75 basis points or 0.75% commission for referring a loan to a senior loan officer so that they know exactly what to do, when to do it, exactly what buttons to press, exactly how our system works, and you can learn alongside them. So whether you're just maybe getting back into the business, maybe you're brand new, maybe you're part-time right now and you just want to learn a little bit more before you sign your life away as the loan officer of record, right, on the 1003. Remember, we all sign the 1003 and that makes us responsible. So if you're not quite ready for that, no problem. We want to make sure you learn our system so you can start as a loan officer assistant and you're going to assist on that deal. So you're going to assist the senior loan officer with your family, your friend, maybe your client, maybe your realtor, and it's one of your clients. You want to start working towards both ends, but you're going to refer that deal. You're going to work with that loan officer, that senior loan officer, to collect documents and speak to your family, your friend, whoever it is, in order to assist on that deal. So you're going to be the assistant on that deal. You'll still have access to our CRM to obviously assist on the deal, communicate, and call other people. Still have access to some of our cold call leads. Kyle is about to show you guys here in a second. And the whole goal is to refer leads to senior loan officers who can take responsibility and make sure they get those deals done quickly and efficiently, and your customers taken care of at the end of the day while you learn the ropes and learn what button to click when and how to do everything that we need to do to get to the closing table. So that's how our plans work. They are, again, a little bit different than what you're used to. So please, if that doesn't make sense, please email us. But I'll go ahead and pass it over to Kyle, who can actually show some of the back end stuff, because this is just, plans here. Kyle can show exactly how the stuff works on the back end. So you ready, Kyle?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. So when you come on board, we'll do a full training on all this, right? But I just want to highlight a few things here on our system. So of course, we have a CRM just like anybody else where you can create your notes and send texts and emails and they pile up here in chronological order. You can set reminders. You can put people on drip campaigns, automated action plans to email and text people over time automatically, all that kind of good stuff. But what starts to set us apart here is our quoting system. So let me show you. You can put in 6 pieces of info that you get from the client and pull the rates via Optimal Blue instantly from all of our different investors. And you can, within 2 minutes, get your client out a quote that looks like this. It sends them a text and an email, shows them what the different rates are, what these things mean, the loan price, the loan amounts here, pulls in the Google map automatically, the Zestimate automatically, the loan info, puts the monthly breakdown of everything, the estimated closing fees. Of course, you here as the loan officer, and you can attach a realtor to the deal. Your realtor partners absolutely love this. They know when they send you a client, you can quote them within minutes and you're going to attach them to the deal. So they're here looking, hey, we are your team. We are going to push this deal across the finish line, and you're including them in this process automatically. So your realtor partners absolutely love this. The coolest part is that you can click Start My Loan Application, and that can take them to set up their borrower portal, and they can start filling everything out themselves. Let me show you what this looks like. They can now fill out their 1003 right here in this system without leaving the page. They can upload the basic documents that we're requesting for this type of loan right here without leaving. They have their loan info here. They have the milestones here of where the loan is at. They can communicate with you here through the portal. So everything is here in their borrower portal. Now, let me show you what it looks like on your end here. So if we come back to your end, you'll notice here that you can also help them fill out the 1003. You can help them upload documents, but you can also request documents. So you can say, hey, I'm going to need 12 months of bank statements. Let me save changes here. And it's going to ask them for 12 months bank statements. You can also say, hey, you know what? This started as conventional, but I'm actually going to change it to a VA loan with W-2s. Let me go ahead and replace those documents with those documents. Now we're asking for what we need for a VA loan. So you don't even have to know what type of documents, basic documents you need for that loan type. You can also request signatures here and say, oh yeah, you know, I need a signature here. It's now going to prompt them to sign the form here in their login. and they can just click a button and sign it right here through our eSign API. They don't even need to leave the page. And of course, you can request custom documents and all that. So you can now get and request everything from the borrower, including their 1003. Now, when they finish filling out their 1003, it authorizes credit, and we pull credit automatically. We pay for it, not you, not the borrower up front. We pay for the credit. So they're going to fill out their 1003 instantly right here in our system without leaving. They're going to authorize credit. We're going to pull the credit automatically. And now, right here in our system, you're going to open up Encompass, and you're going to actually have the loan in here already, the 1003, the credit is already going to be in here, and you can actually originate the loan now here in our system. You can also order your VOE here, VOA, all these things automatically here through the API. So you see how everything is here in one system. We're going to take this client from being a lead that we speak to then quoting them, to then gathering all their documents, getting the 1003, pulling the credit, originating the loan here in Encompass, ordering these different services here, all in our system with one login in one place for both the customer and for you as the loan officer, right? So really cool here how we can take them through the entire process. Now, once we've actually originated the loan, once we've disclosed the loan, now we're going to keep track of everything in our pipeline. So our pipeline tab here, you can see all of your different loans, what lenders or investors they may be at, right? The stage and the milestone that the loan is at. So when you're disclosing the loan, or if there's a pre-approval, you're going to change the actual milestone there to that. It's going to ask if you want to send an email to the client. So if we change the milestone, that's now sent an email to the client, the realtor, yourself, your branch manager. Everyone knows what stage this loan is at. When the appraisal is received, you're obviously going to change it to that, and you're going to keep that check to let everybody know. Yeah, tell everybody. So now everyone in the process is notified instantly. So you're keeping track of all your loans, where they are, and you're keeping everyone updated. The number one complaint from both realtors and clients about loan officers is lack of communication. So there's all kinds of things built in here into our system to make sure that we communicate properly with everyone, and a lot of it is automated here in the system. So now let's go ahead and, so again, you're taking this loan from start to finish in the system, and then we're tracking it all the way through the entire process here and keeping everyone updated all the way through clear to close and closing, right? Now let's talk about where these leads come from in the first place. So the first and foremost way that we are going to provide you leads is our direct leads from our Facebook campaigns. Okay, so what happens is somebody clicks on one of our Facebook ads for, let's say, a DSCR loan or whatever it may be, and you are sent a text message instantly with that person's info. Let me show you what this looks like. This is a real test profile here. This is just one profile showing you this is my test profile in the leads they've gotten today. Notice, first thing in the morning, I'm getting fix and flip leads. I'm getting foreign national leads. I'm getting national DSCR leads. I'm getting regular purchase leads. I'm getting referrals from the loan officer assistants. I'm getting, again, regular purchase leads, doctor loan leads here. So this is literally the actual profile here, my test profile. These are all the leads that I've received via text so far today, and it's only 1 p.m. Eastern time, right? So the leads are going to come in all day, every day for you to claim there. Now, another way that we provide you leads here is with the auto dial. So we have a bunch of different leads in here. We have national short-term rental leads here that nobody's claimed yet. We also have recycled leads in here. We have cold calls in here. We have, again, doctor loans in here. We have realtor leads in here where you can call realtors. So you can use this dialer to call 300, 400, 500 people in a day using the dialer, and you're just going to go through them, instantly right to the next call. You press one button to drop the automated texts and emails that you just tried to call them. All that kind of good stuff, right? Happens automatically. So auto dialer works great, just like any other dialer, drops the automated texts and emails as you go through making the calls. And again, you can call 2, 3, 4, 500 people in a day using the dialer with these leads that we provide you here in the dialer. Now, another way that you can work leads here in our system is you can purchase them. So those same leads that we're giving you at a 50-50 split, we can copy those campaigns that we have dialed in already that we know work, and we can put your budget on them. So you could buy leads here and say, okay, now you're going to get those leads without a lead split, right? So perfect example of this. So not only you're going to get more leads, but you're going to not have to pay the 50-50 lead split on them. So perfect example of this, I like to say, are one of our loan officers, Nicole. She closed her first deal ever as a loan officer, right? Brand new loan officer, came to us, first deal ever that she closed as a loan officer. And it was a $1,060,000 loan. It was denied at another lender, brought it here. Jose met with her a bunch of times, helped her structure that into a P&L deal. And we were able to close the loan, $1,060,000. Now, it was from one of our leads, but it was a lead that she purchased. So there was no lead split on it. So her $16,000 commission, first commission as a loan officer, $16,000, she saved $8,000 because she bought the lead as opposed to taking the lead on a 50-50 split, right? So you definitely want to boost your pipeline, get more leads, but also get leads without the lead split. Another way that we provide you to have leads here in our system is to import leads. So we give you your own custom webhook here and even the directions here to where you can use Zapier to zap in your leads from anywhere else. So if you already purchased leads from, say, Zillow or somewhere like that, you can bring them into our system in real time. Just like one of the leads that we give you, you get the text message. That way you can call them, quote them, gather the documents, originate the loan, all of that kind of stuff in our system, no matter where you get your leads from. You can pull them in here in real time. So you see here, whether it's the leads that we give you on a split, whether it's the auto dialer doing the different call lists in there, or it's leads that you purchase that are not on a split, or leads that you bring in from anywhere else that you purchase your leads. We give you every way possible here in our system to work leads. So now I want to talk about what type of leads we get and why we get those type of leads. So as we talked about before, we have more of a marketing background. And so Nick is kind of the lead master. So I'm going to let him talk about the type of leads we get and why. Now, we spend a lot of money, obviously, on these different platforms. Nick is certified by Facebook as a digital marketing associate. He has a certification from Facebook as a media planning professional and a certification from Google as a Google Ad search specialist. And again, we've just been doing this for a long time. So I want Nick to kind of talk about the type of leads we get and why, and break that part down since the lead guy.
Sure. So whenever we, want to do a campaign of any kind for anybody, whether it's for any company we have, or we want to make sure we do something different, right, and unique. So first off, we never want to do exactly what everybody else is doing. So we don't want to do what the big giant shops are doing and advertise, to vanilla cookie cutter and spend against the rockets with the billions and the B's of budgets. So we want to focus on doing the exact opposite, really. So we want to focus on customers that the big guys aren't focused on. And we want to provide, obviously, the products and give them awareness of the products that the big guys don't have, and knock it out of the park with teaching you guys how to do the products and, obviously having the great pricing and service along with that. So really, that's the formula that we have that's been successful. So for the last 4 years or so, we've been focused on non-QM. So going after the borrowers that are underserved, which is what we love to do. So the self-employed borrowers, the investors, people that are in the crypto space, right, that are just, not real jobs per se. So a lot of different types of things that are happening that are being underserved by the big guys, whether they could do the loan or not. They're not willing or able to do an investor with like 100 properties, even if they wanted to, right? So we're going to teach you guys how to do that. We're going to advertise to those customers that have 100 properties, those crypto people that are underserved, those self-employed people that are underserved, offer them the products. So we have thousands of non-QM products, everything you've ever heard of and more. And we look for new products every day. So since we have all these leads that are different, we want to make sure we have a home for every lead once it comes through the door. So again, that's when I first started. That's the importance of us having all these different outlets with all these different programs. We have thousands of programs because we need to have a home for every single loan that comes in the door, because we're going to advertise on purpose to different types of people that are underserved, that don't know these programs exist. And we're going to find them and we're going to close them. And we're going to teach you guys how to close them, which is the most important thing. So we love to teach you guys how to do the different stuff, the stuff outside the box, solving problems. But we're still going to get those borrowers that do conventional loans, right? So someone clicks on a bank statement ad. They think they can only qualify bank statement because a Rocket person told them that, because they weren't willing or able to do the proper calculations. But when we go through it, we're going to do the proper calculations to see if they qualify for conventional. If they don't, great. We have other options for the non-QM, for bank statements, all that kind of great stuff, all the way to no ratio. So we want to make sure we get everybody through the door. We properly analyze them and teach you guys how to do that, the proper analysis, so that we do a bunch of conventional loans as well. But the important thing is we advertise something that's unique and special, and that's what makes us different and successful, and why, you know, the big guys are firing maybe some of you by the tens of thousands, while we're, you know, obviously hiring and recruiting because the non-QM space is growing. So that's really what we focus on. We still do conventional FHA, VA, USDA, everything in between, but we get people interested in us by advertising our unique programs and our specialties and those niches. So is that good for you, Kyle?
Yeah, absolutely. So last thing here before we open it up to questions, I just want Jose to come in and talk about the support that we have here, how he fits in here and what he does, and then we'll open it up to questions. So go ahead, Jose.
How's everybody doing today? Thank you for joining us. Jose Gonzalez here, licensed as MLO and real estate agent since September of 1995. Been in the industry continuously since that time. And, you know, what we do here is, you've heard about technology, you've heard about leads, and you've also heard about support. And that's where I come in here, because now you got the lead, you got the platform. What you do? Well, I mean, if you have no idea yet what you're doing in our system, you book a meeting, you book a file structure meeting via Zoom, basically available, 6 days a week. And you would step into the meeting and I would help you structure your file. I mean, we also have the Zoom room for the quicker questions. That's Monday through Saturday from 9 to 7. But the main highlight there is those file structure meetings that I hold with you. Whereas Kyle mentioned, you step into the meeting thinking you don't have anything, and you leave out of there with a $1,056,000 loan and a $16,000 paycheck with 30 days experience in the business. So that's the benefit of the support that we offer, where we get you closing your loans, new MLOs, 30, 45, 60 days. You're already closing your loans, barely even learn how to do it. You're closing loans, putting together complex transactions, because we do give you the support. Because not only is there the file structure meeting, but then when you're ready to get that loan application moving, you schedule the file disclosure meeting, during which we will review the file again, making sure that it is complete for documentation and application, everything else that's involved. And then we click the send button and away you go to a newly disclosed file. The next step is closing. So looking forward to helping you all structure files, disclose files, and close those loan files. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, let's talk about the next steps then. So next step is going to be to come to the mortgagecalculator.com/join here. Nick could drop that link in the chat for me if you want. And you're going to sign up for the plan that's applicable to you, right? Loan officer or loan officer assistant. And what's going to happen is going to have you fill out a form, and then it's going to pop up the compensation agreement right away, right? That initial agreement. Now, you don't have to sign it right then. It's going to email you a copy. Feel free to take your time, take a look. But when you sign that initial agreement, that's going to kick off the rest of the process. We're going to get you all of your official employment agreements, the compliance manual, get your ID documents for the I-9 form, sponsor your license, and walk you through how to do that. All that kind of good stuff, right? So what's going to kick that all off is signing that initial agreement for whichever plan that you're going to come on board with. So with that being said, let's go ahead and open it up to the questions here. I see we have some questions in the Q&A.